Guenther Family History Richie the Sports Star by Donald Guenther. Many families have a focus or center to which they consider their claim to fame. The Guenther family's claim to fame was sports. Dad had been a sports star, a star football player and baseball player in Marshfield High School, a pit rat. His strengths were sports and music. He missed so much school growing up as his family moved around that if it weren't for his mother putting her foot down, he could have grown up without attending any school. After his mother died at age 12, his life centered on music, his dad's love, and sports, his love. Dad built everything a family could imagine on the acreage that we owned. We played tennis, basketball, badminton, golf, horseshoes, swimming, baseball, and many other sports, all on fields and courses that Dad built. Your importance to the family lay in how good you were in sports. Richie's desire was to gain Dad's approval and lived Dad's dreams. Richie had quick muscles for speed and determination that kept him practicing. Dad coached Coos Catholic grade school for years and could tell who would be the future high school stars. Richie, Dad thought, had all the talent to be a star athlete. Richie did have an attitude problem that plagued the family's best athletes. Those of us who weren't good didn't seem to suffer as much from being self-directed as opposed to being coachable. Simply put, we were cocky know-it-alls. The climax for the Guenther family sports attainment came when the Marshfield played North Eugene during Richie's senior year. Objectively, Richie couldn't shoot from the outside. He was a talented ball handler and defensive player. Both of Marshfield's first string guards had played on the varsity team for years, while Richie came up through the ranks. These two kids were superb athletes, but lacked the heart that Rich had. In the middle of Richie's senior year, both starting guards were injured and could no longer play. Coach Hoffine turned to Richie's skills when Marshfield faced one of the best teams in the league, North Eugene. He had no choice. Dad knew all along of Richie's talent that had been overlooked in football earlier in the year. In the game, Richie dribbled the ball so well that North Eugene couldn't get it from him. Marshfield beat North Eugene 49-45. It even made the local paper, which there's a link to. This was an amazing game as it vindicated Dad's beliefs and made the family feel that they had arrived. We were recognized as great athletes in the community. Earlier performances by Ronnie and Bobby in tennis were overlooked because the family was too young to really appreciate their greatness. Ronnie even played Pac-8 varsity tennis. After Richie, of the boys, only Eddie went on to play good high school sports, but nothing would compare to the excitement the family experienced when Richie played basketball. Johnny quit sports, and Donnie played in the line. Davy came down with a long-term illness. Anjo and Annie were stars in tennis, and most of the family doesn't know that they were the best college badminton players in the West Coast, as evidenced by winning a college tournament in Seattle while they attended Marylhurst. Fiddy's boys would outshine everyone as NCAA wrestling champions. But nothing would ever come close to the feelings the Guenthers had with Richie's achievement because Dad and the family really needed the recognition that followed. A family centered on sports had what their dreams could come true. Finally, they had an acknowledged sports star at Marshfield High School.